Now 726, Joel Riley, News Radio 610 WTVN. And on the live line right now, David Taylor. David is an oil and gas industry expert. And David, I feel like I got a pretty good handle on things. I mean, oil is $40-ish. In central Ohio, Midwest, we've been paying a little bit more than the national average because of a Indiana refinery, but that's slowly coming back online. What else is going on this morning in the world of oil and gas?
Well, great question. Do you want the good news or the bad news?
I want some good news.
Well, I'll give you some good news.
Excellent.
So we're in Texas, and we're right in the heartbeat of it, along with a couple of other states that are producing. And, and what I see is a pretty neat increase in technology, and a lot of the guys who are drilling right now are doing it very well. So in other words, the guys who borrowed money at $100 a barrel, they're not having a good time, and they're laying off, and they are feeling the pain of this market.
Yeah.
The people who have seen this boom and bust for, decades, they kind of know when to hold them and when to fold them. And I'm seeing a lot of really good production. I mean, we're finding new drilling areas that, with 3D seismic and with some of these more specialized techniques, instead of fracking, they're getting the conventional wells going. So in my opinion, I think things are great, because if you're profitable now, just imagine what the gains would be whenever it gets into the 60s and 70s.
But see, that's the thing, David. If you're talking about new oil fields because of seismic, poking around, and we're getting better at producing, there's already a glut. So if we keep throwing more in there, those barrel prices are not going back up. They're going to continue to go down, aren't they?
I mean, yeah, that's a traditional supply and demand model. But what we might not take into effect is the fact that we might be able to export sometime soon, and I think that'll increase some of the demand, because the prices may not go up tremendously, but what they will do at some time is stabilize, and we can kind of figure out who's to stay and who's to go. So I think that will cut some of the supply down a little bit.
And really, even if Iran comes online?
That's going to be problematic no matter what happens. I'm hoping the Saudis can figure it out that they do need to supply or choke back their supply a little bit. But it's right now a giant game of chicken, and it's been that way for a year now, and no one seems to be willing to flinch.
Yeah, everybody just keeps producing. So at least, whether I'm looking at my portfolio and grimacing, at least when I go to the gasoline pump, I'll be smiling, because that price is so far is doing nothing but go down. Is there any, you're in Texas, any projection on just how low the gallon of gas price might go?
I've been asked that 1,000 times, and what I keep saying is you can ask 100 people the same question and you'll get 100 different answers. But I'm thinking that you'll see a little bit of decline, especially during the fall.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a welcome needed relief at the pump. But I always say, whenever you invest into oil, especially at prices like this, it's kind of like a real estate market where you can really get some great bargains out there.
Yeah.
If you buy now, and then when prices go back up at the pump, it's almost like a hedge. You can actually feel confident that when you go there, at least you did the right thing, and you won't grimace as badly when you're at the pump.
Brilliant. Well, there's always ways to make money, and there's a good one right there. David Taylor, oil and gas industry expert on News Radio 610 WTVN.